For the third time in the open mic universe, the Open Mic Network presents STARRCADE. We're going to kick things off tonight with tag team action. We've got R-Truth teaming up with the WCW United States Champion. Main event, Jey Uso. They will be taking on the team from the LWO, Despicable Rey Mysterio, and a spoiled brat of a son, Dirty Dominik. Now, if you are here for the first time, let's run through why this match is taking place, the catalyst that got this feud started. And it all goes back to Survivor Series. Our universe, the brand split is WWE and WCW. And Survivor Series is the one time a year that it is brand versus brand. And there's a lot at stake in that matchup. The winning brand secures in both the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches the final four entrants. They also get the main event spot of night 2 of WrestleMania. And they get the first pick in the next upcoming draft. Now, WCW, over the course of Survivor Series, had a very good night. They were able to earn the man advantage in the main event, which was the men's War Games match. And then in that men's War Games match is where everything is on the line. Representing Team WWE, it was the Bloodline, the new Bloodline. Captained by the High Chief, the Final Boss, and the WWE World Champion, The Rock. He was joined by Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. On the WCW side, Captain Cody Rhodes led his team, consisting of Jey Uso, R-Truth, and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And while Team WCW did have a great showing in that match, in the end, it was the Bloodline and the team from WWE who would walk out of War Games, walk out of Survivor Series, the winners. And coming out of Survivor Series, Dom, being the jerk that he is, being the spoiled brat that he is, decided to go on social media and try to pin all the blame on WCW's loss on R-Truth. Even though it was AJ Styles who took the pinfall in that loss. Truth would challenge either Tom or Nick Mysterio. He didn't care which one. It was actually Dom that accepted the challenge. And those two would have a one-on-one match. And after the match, Ray, along with Dom, would try to use a chair against Truth. Jey Uso would come out and make the save. And then over the last couple of weeks, it would kind of build between these four. And that's what got us here to STARRCADE. Truth with the cover. And 3. And kicking off STARRCADE, R-Truth. And main event, Jey Uso pick up the win against Despicable Rey and Dirty Dom. Next, we've got the WWE Women's Championship on the line. Nia Jax, accompanied by her cousin, The Rock, will be taking on the champion, Ivy Nile. Now, coming out of Survivor Series, A night that was a big night for the WWE, a big night for the Bloodline, a big night for the world champ, The Rock. There were two people he said let him down at Survivor Series. One being the captain of the women's War Games team, the champion Ivy Nile. The other, the Intercontinental Champion, Seth Freakin Rollins. And he said he would deal with both of them accordingly. And his way of dealing with them was to basically sick the bloodline on them. Nia Jax targeting Nile and Jacob Fatu, setting his sights on Seth Freakin Rollins. Those two will meet later in the night. This is the biggest opportunity Nia Jax has had in our universe. She's only been in the universe really less than a year. But now that The Rock is in power in WWE, now that he has brought Nia Jax into the fold, the Bloodline already has the WWE World Championship. They already have the Tag Team Titles, which are carried by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And here at STARRCADE, they're looking to lock up the WWE Women's Championship, as well as the Intercontinental Championship later in the night. Jax driving Nile into the mat, all that weight crushing down on Ivy Nile. Nile, a member of Team Angle, which is why Kurt Angle is in her corner. Jax trying to get Nile up, and she does. Drives her into the mat from the second turnbuckle. Hooks the leg. And Nia Jax defeats Ivy Nile, and she is your new WWE Women's Champion. The Bloodline just secured even more championship gold. Next, we're going to see Karrion Kross and Braun Strowman as they do battle here tonight for Strowman's WWE United States Championship. It's been a good couple of months for Karrion Kross. We saw coming out of the draft, he really tried to make his presence known. He was previously in WCW. Set his sights on Seth Rollins, who to me was the MVP last year on the WWE side. Didn't really work out so well for him. But Kross did find himself on one of the teams at Survivor Series, the traditional elimination tag matches. His team, one of the teams that was victorious for WWE. Strowman, on the other hand, a part of another team representing WWE, the Rollins team, that was not victorious at Survivor Series. So I think you've seen Kross kind of develop a little bit of an added edge, not that he needed it. But he's been on a pretty good run, and we'll see a little bit later in the night. AOP, that was originally with Kross in Final Testament. That group getting basically disbanded from the draft. Kross comes over to WWE. Paul Ellering and AOP stay in WCW. And while not together, both Kross and AOP have an opportunity to walk out of STARRCADE as champions. Kross rolls Strowman over. Only gets a 2 as Strowman able to get that shoulder up. Cross again with a cover, hook in the leg. And Karrion Kross, the winner and new WWE United States Champion. Next, it's the TLC tag match for the WCW Tag Team Titles. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Karrion Kross able to win the WWE United States Championship. Can his former Final Testament teammates do the same here with the WCW Tag Team Titles? They will be taking on the Motor City Machine Guns and the champions. And one of the teams that put the TLC tag match on the map, the Dudley Boys. The Dudleys, who won the tag titles back at Halloween Havoc. They defeated the New Day in a tables match. The Machine Guns, who are former WCW Tag Team Champions themselves. They actually won the titles in their debut match during the Great American Bash Tour. And AOP has not held championship gold in our universe. So this is a huge opportunity for them. To get to this match, both the Machine Guns and AOP had to win a few tournament matches. We had the first round matchups were all tables matches. AOP defeated the War Raiders. The Motor City Machine Guns, with a little assist from R-Truth and Jey Uso, defeated Despicable Ray and Dirty Dom. Then in round 2 matchups, those matches were ladder matches. AOP defeated the New Day, a team that really figured they were going to be in this match. But it was AOP who were able to retrieve the briefcase. And then the Motor City Machine Guns defeated the Street Profits. And so that is what got us here. Chris Sabin coming in to try to derail Razor, and he does. We've got action all over the place in the ring, on the outside. Of course, you can't forget the other co-stars in this matchup. The tables, the ladders, and the chairs. As those WCW Tag Team Titles hang above the ring. Right now, we've got Chris Sabin pretty much running the ring as he is taking everybody out. Both members of the Dudleys, both members of AOP. And looking at it, you kind of think maybe the Machine Guns might be the underdogs in this one. They're the smallest guys. But when it comes to getting up the ladder, speed could be an advantage. But obviously you've got the Dudleys, who so much history when it comes to TLC tag matches. And AOP, one of the nastiest, meanest tag teams on either roster. But so far, I like what I'm seeing from the Machine Guns. Bubba sent up and over, down to the floor. And Devon joining him. The Machine Guns clearing the ring. Chris Sabin going up top. Crossbody down onto the floor. Now Alex Shelley making the climb. He has got his hands on the titles, but Razor takes the ladder out from under him. But Alex Shelley able to come down with those titles as he comes crashing down onto the mat. And for the second time, the Motor City Machine Guns are your WCW Tag Team Champions. Next, we got a match for the WCW Women's Championship. Raquel Rodriguez puts her title on the line against the EST Bianca Belair. These two were actually teammates at Survivor Series. They were a part of the winning team, the winning Women's War Games team. There is a lot of history between these two. They last met back at SummerSlam as Bianca, the Miss Money in the Bank briefcase holder at the time, would cash in unsuccessfully against Raquel. We'll see if she has some more luck here at STARRCADE. These two ready to lock up, and here comes Jade Cargill. Bianca's friend, I guess she wants to come down here and make sure that nothing screwy happens, that Raquel doesn't try to weasel her way out and retain here. She's going to sit ringside. And this one underway, Bianca with some heavy shots to Raquel. Again, Raquel, a member of the LWO. When it comes to the LWO, they will always take advantage of an opportunity to lie, cheat, or steal. Bianca heads up top. Big splash off the top rope. Bianca still looking for her first WCW Women's Championship. She is a former WWE Women's Champion in our universe. Bianca with the heavy shots. And now Jade hitting the ring. Clotheslines Bianca Belair. What the hell is going on here? Referee calling for the bell. And Raquel, she's cool with it. She's going to retain. Title does not change hands via disqualification. But what in the hell is Jade Cargill thinking? Apparently she was not out here to watch Bianca's back. Out here maybe out of jealousy at the opportunity that Bianca Belair had here tonight. It's gone now. We've talked about it in the past. Jade, as talented as she is, has just not been able to get over the hump and have success in some big moments here. And I guess she thinks that instead of maybe trying to work a little harder or try again, she's just going to let jealousy take over, as she not only cost Bianca an opportunity at the WCW Women's Championship here tonight, but she has clearly thrown her friendship with Bianca out the window. Bianca just, I mean, you could tell, just stunned, probably not even fully conscious at this point. Cargill with the jaded to Bianca Belair. Unbelievable. Next, we are headed to the fight pit. We're going to see the ring general Gunther taking on CM Punk. If you are not familiar with the fight pit, the only way to win is either knockout or submission. No pinfalls, no countouts, no disqualifications. You are locked inside the structure. And the only way out is to get your opponent to tap or knock him out. Going based on these MMA rules, we've highlighted it. CM Punk, not the best track record. He's 0-2 in his UFC career. And we saw just the other day on SmackDown, Gunther, who had a submission match warm-up to get ready for this one. He took on Pete Dunne and was able to get Dunne to tap with a rear naked choke. You got to think it was a little bit of a message to CM Punk, as Punk was defeated in his first UFC match against Mickey Gall via a rear naked choke. We'll see. So far, Punk has been in control here. Obviously, no Imperium out here. Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci of no use, no help to Gunther in this one. Now Gunther fighting his way back, delivering some chops and punches to Punk. Trying to roll Punk over for a Boston Crab, and he gets it in. Now Punk trying to fight his way out. And he does. Now these two going back and forth. Those chops from Gunther. Can't feel good. Punk delivering a kick to the head. Now Gunther slowly gets back to his feet. GTS! Now Punk gets Gunther in a sharpshooter. Punk again with a second GTS. And that is the knockout blow. CM Punk able to knock out Gunther and get the victory. Next, we're going to see Jacob Fatu taking on the WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Freakin Rollins. And just like Nia Jax earlier in the night, the Samoan Werewolf, accompanied by the High Chief of the Bloodline and the WWE World Champion, The Rock. Rock, not much of a fan favorite these days, still calls himself the People's Champ, still occasionally will come out with that People's Championship belt. Doesn't have it with him here tonight. Not only did The Rock zero in on Seth Rollins after Survivor Series, but Rollins was the first person to come out and speak out against The Rock and what The Rock was doing since he's made his return to the WWE. And so not only what happened at Survivor Series, and look, Rollins was on the losing team, wasn't his fault. And the fact that he was so vocal against The Rock and the Bloodline, you had to think it was only a matter of time before the Bloodline put their attention towards him, as he sends Fatu into the corner, the referee dragged into it. And with the referee down the Rock, sending a chair into the ring, and Jacob Fatu cracking it over the back of Seth Rollins. And now the Samoan Werewolf, with the referee unconscious, able to do some damage to the champion here. And you know The Rock on the outside, you know he's loving it. He's enjoying every minute of this. Spear. Kick to the head. And now Jacob Fatu delivering those headbutts to Seth freaking Rollins. Clothesline sends Rollins down to the floor. Fatu looking like he's going to go through the ropes, but Rollins able to hit Fatu with a punch. Now Rollins gearing up for a curb stomp, connects, but the referee more worried about the turnbuckle pad. And that was probably about a count of 7. As Jacob Fatu gets his shoulder up. Now Rollins getting Fatu on that top turnbuckle. The Rock looking on intently here. You got to think this is not what he had planned for his enforcer. Rollins only gets a 2 as Jacob Fatu able to kick out. Fatu moves out of the way. Super kick to the head. Now Fatu going up to the second turnbuckle, double axe handle. Covers Rollins and uses that second rope for a little bit of extra leverage. And that is going to do it. Jacob Fatu is your winner. And he is the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, as this is another huge win for the Bloodline. Next, it's time for our main event. And it's going to be for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. The phenomenal AJ Styles, a former 4-time WCW World Champ, and the guy that was the face of WCW, the foundation of WCW through nearly our first 3 years of this universe. He will be taking on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And this one is a no disqualification match. Now, over the last couple of months, we've kind of seen a shift in attitude when it comes to AJ Styles. Some of it with some of the new talent that has come over via the draft. But the biggest tipping point was when his buddies, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, in AJ's opinion, were not offered a fair contract renewal. And so they departed. The contract, they couldn't come to an agreement. And AJ felt that for everything that he did for WCW, that WCW management should have taken care of Gallows and Anderson, who have had multiple runs as WCW Tag Team Champions. And so that was really the tipping point. We saw his dealings with LA Knight. And using some less than respectable measures in dealing with LA Knight. We saw back at Halloween Havoc when these two met for the WCW title last time. LA Knight, the special guest referee, was a little quick in the final count as Cody was able to retain. And look, Cody being the stand-up guy that he is, he came out on Nitro right after Halloween Havoc and he said, hey, I went back, I looked at the tape, I didn't like what I saw. I want to make this right. And he tried reaching out to AJ Styles. And AJ was unresponsive. He wanted AJ to be a part of Team WCW at Survivor Series. It took AJ an entire month before he finally gave him an answer. And he did agree to join the team, but he wanted a rematch. And he wanted it to be a no disqualification match. And Cody agreed to it. And then last week at Tribute for the Troops, Cody in a match against The Miz was victorious. And then after the match, AJ would hit the ring, lay out Miz, lay out Cody. And that really angered Cody Rhodes. That really angered the American Nightmare. And now it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. And that's probably the right approach to take. AJ Styles is a veteran. AJ Styles has been through it all. He has seen it all. And now it's not about WCW, it's about AJ Styles. And sometimes when it comes to your career, that's the way you got to look at it. And maybe that's a lesson that Cody Rhodes is going to learn here tonight. If you try to be the people pleaser, if you try to make everyone happy, more than likely the first person that's not going to be happy is yourself. And again, since AJ's had this new lease on life, new lease on his career, things have been going pretty well for the Phenomenal One. And he knows, he's looking at the landscape. There is more career behind him than there is in front of him. And who knows how many more opportunities AJ's going to get. Who knows how many more title runs AJ's going to have. Cody with some chops to the chest of AJ Styles. Rolls him over. Only gets a 2. Now Cody with some ground and pound. And now Cody going to the kendo stick. It is no disqualification. It's there. Might as well utilize it. Your opponent sure has. Cody setting up for a crossroads. And it's the Monster Abyss. Cody doesn't even see him in the ring. Abyss breaking up the pinfall. And now slams Cody Rhodes' head into the mat. Black hole slam. You got to think with AJ and Abyss's connection from TNA, that's why he's here. And AJ Styles with the roll-up is once again WCW World Champion. And there's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson out here to celebrate with the new champ. And now it looks like we've got Abyss in the open mic universe. I don't know what this all means, but it can't be good for WCW. Thanks for watching STARRCADE. We'll see you next time.